with this one right here, we didn't got RV, Rush, Goalie, music video with the RV, Rush, Goalie. Got just RV, especially with the whole Rush Goalie and RV coming into it. And, just with this whole music video and the main thing, with the Rush and the Goalie. But you got just with the Goalie and the Rush, especially with RV coming into it, especially with him, stepping into it, into the, he's stepping into the whole mix of the whole thing, like, he's stepping into the mix. But Rush, you got Rush, Goalie, RV, and just this main consent with RV.
If I grab me and Brody, that's canteen sheets and Coley. Go on the drill, make that beat. If I grab me and Brody, that's canteen sheets and Coley. Go on the drill, make that beat. If I grab me and Brody, that's canteen sheets and Coley. Go on the drill, make that beat. Do it like Goalie. You ain't never stepped out cruising for ops with two in the dots trying to save them shots. Can't miss car, you ain't got more, but bro trying to score, he doing Rush Goalie. If I grab me and Brody, that's canteen sheets and Coley. Go on the drill, make that beat. Do it like Goalie. You ain't never stepped out cruising for ops.
Ooh, do it like do it like Goalie, hey, and even as they, spot him and they get him like, hey, ain't no telling what's going on behind that and everything else. And he said, go on a drill too, especially, go on a considered drill, like especially with everything going on too, especially when you at the wrong time, the wrong place, like they say, you don't want to be at the wrong time at the wrong place, because it's like anything can just possible happen in the whole thing with the just with the main things, especially different parts. Like you got different parts in different areas. You got different parts as good parts. Then you got these breakdown parts is like bad parts. So just with these main confronts.
Two in the dots trying to save them shots. Me and Brody, that's canteen sheets and Coley. Go on the drill, make that beat. Do it like Goalie. You ain't never stepped out cruising for ops. Two in the dots trying to save them shots. Can't miss car, you ain't got more, but bro trying to score, he doing Rush Goalie. All of these whats could've got me a rollie, maybe a Pepsi, probably a root beer. Maybe, but I got a full fizzy, might just grab my gloves and go root there. Two in the dots trying to save them shots. Can't miss car, you ain't got more, but bro trying to score, he doing Rush Goalie. All of these whats could've got me a rollie, maybe a Pepsi, probably a root beer. Maybe, but I got a
Ooh, I like that one right there. Hey, he didn't say something. He didn't say something real skizzy. Like he said, what all these ices on. He could have got him something else. Like instead of getting him something, how he could have got him a root beer. Got him something else. Just with the whole thing. Like he quick to mix it up and put the whole like mixture of a thing. Like he said, the main thing, he could have got him something else, instead of, giving him all this other things, like just with him having his whole things and his whole things, like, just with the main, the main presence, especially with everything else, like just the main shots and the main, the spots. He's
full fizzy, might just grab my gloves and go root there. Any boots on sale, want new pairs. No blood in your shank, so who cares? Them man rap good, but there's no truth there. Roll my young boy feeling like no cap. He got the boots with the stainless steel, but trust he ain't wearing no toe caps. How niggas out here and they ain't got no wax. Racking back violence, shouldn't promote that. Put shit in a RZA, smoke that. When I say Glee, that's G17, I don't know about Kodak. Every dog has their day, yeah. Cool, I got laid on my ass. Now I'm buying these waps. Real like creating a class. Wait for my chance, playing it smart, can't act off a mood. Just get back and get back to my youth. If I grab me and Brody, that's canteen sheets and Coley. Creating a class. Wait for my chance, playing it smart, can't act off a mood. Just get back and get back to my youth. If I grab me and Brody, that's canteen sheets and Coley. Go on the drill, make that beat, do it like
whole thing, especially everything else, like how it's just set up and how it's just programmed. You know, he's like on some killy type of time. Like the way it's just going, and the way the whole thing is just lowish. Yeah, he got on some, low ski things coming into the whole thing, like the way the whole thing is just set up and everything else, like especially with this whole thing, because he mainly killing, killing construction bees, but everything else, like hey, and with everything else, especially with his whole, pieces and him having his whole, main, presence. Hey, he got it just on another thing, another abilities.
Like Goalie, you ain't never stepped out cruising for ops with two in the dots trying to save them shots. Can't miss car, you ain't got more, but bro trying to score, he doing rush goalie. If I grab me and Brody, that's canteen sheets and Coley. Go in a drill, make that beat, do it like Goalie. You ain't never stepped out cruising for ops with two in the dots trying to save them shots. Can't miss car, you ain't got more, but bro trying to score, he doing rush goalie.
This one goes, just a rush goalie. Like, hey, like he said, he gonna go ghosty. Like, especially, when it comes to that, you gotta just hit him with the ghosty. Like he put his whole thing, but RV coming into it with rush goalie, especially with rush goalie. I didn't see something coming into this one right here, especially with his whole thing and him having his whole thing. Like he just conspirated it. Like the way it just went off and everything else. Like he said, as he gets spotted or anything like that, he's gonna do his part, play his part, do his whole thing. But rush goalie, RV, just the RV coming into it, with his whole thing. But most definitely check this one out, everything else, and just with this one.